Imagine being able to make decisions instantly and confidently every single time. Sounds impossible? Let's unveil the secret. Life is an ever-changing river, an unending stream of choices to be made. They can be as trivial as choosing your breakfast or as monumental as picking out a career or a soulmate. Each decision, regardless of its magnitude, has the power to shape our existence in unforeseen ways. But have you noticed how some individuals appear to surf this tidal wave of choices with ease and grace? It's as though they were armed with a secret compass, guiding them through life's labyrinth of choices. They stand tall in the face of predicaments, their determination unshaken. It's as though they're engaged in a chess match, strategizing several steps ahead. Their decisions are quick, confident, and more often than not, right on the mark. What's their secret? Let me introduce you to the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. This philosophy, birthed in the lively markets of Athens and applied by the strong and the wise, is more than a set of beliefs. It's a way of life, a method of decision-making that prioritizes rational thought over emotion, truth over illusion, and virtue over vice. The Stoics held the belief that the good life revolved around the pursuit of external pleasures, but around developing an inner fortitude. This strength enables us to stay composed in turmoil, perceive reality for what it actually is, and base our decisions on logic rather than emotion. In today's fast-paced world, filled to the brim with information and options, the Stoic approach to decision-making is more pertinent than ever. It provides us a method to tackle life's overwhelming intricacies with clarity, bravery, and conviction. So, are you prepared to unearth this age-old wisdom? Are you ready to decode the secret of those who seem to make decisions with such composure and confidence? The secret to mastering instant decision-making lies in the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, has much to teach us about decision-making. Stoicism is a philosophy of personal ethics, born in the heart of ancient Greece. It's a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept the things beyond our reach. It encourages us to perceive the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Imagine a world where you are unperturbed by the chaos around you, a world where, no matter the turmoil, you remain grounded and focused. This is the essence of Stoicism. It's about understanding that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Stoicism implores us to make decisions based on rational thought and logic, rather than being swayed by emotions or external circumstances. It's about making decisions that align with our values and principles, regardless of the pressures around us. In the face of decision-making, Stoicism offers us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. To illustrate the power of Stoic decision-making, let's look at the real-life example of James Stockdale. James Stockdale was no ordinary man. He was a vice admiral in the US Navy and an aviator of formidable repute. But his story of resilience and decision-making doesn't stem from his military exploits. Rather, it comes from a harrowing chapter of his life when he was held captive during the Vietnam War. In the heart of enemy territory, Stockdale found himself imprisoned for more than 7 years, with much of that time spent in solitary confinement. He faced physical torture and the constant uncertainty of whether he would ever see freedom again. But amidst such adversity, Stockdale didn't crumble. He didn't surrender to despair. Instead, he turned to the teachings of Stoicism, a philosophy he had studied years before. He found solace in the writings of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who had himself been a slave. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we can control our responses to them. Stockdale took these teachings to heart. He made the decision to not just endure his captivity, but to triumph over it. He established covert communications with other prisoners. He created a code of conduct to keep morale high. He even slashed his own face to prevent his captors from parading him as a propaganda tool. These decisions, rooted in Stoic principles, were not easy, but they were necessary. They were the choices that allowed Stockdale not only to survive his ordeal, but to emerge from it with his dignity intact. Stockdale once said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be." This encapsulates the essence of Stoic decision-making. Stockdale's story shows us how Stoicism can guide us in making decisions, even in the most difficult situations. So, as we navigate our own lives, let's remember Stockdale's example. Let's remember the power of Stoicism in decision-making, and let's remember that even in the face of adversity, we have the power to choose our response. So, how can we apply Stoicism to our own decision-making, you ask? Well, let's dive into the depths of the Stoic Test, a practical tool for applying Stoic principles to our decision-making process. The Stoic Test is not a complex algorithm or a lengthy questionnaire. It's simply 3 questions that embody the core principles of Stoicism. These questions serve as a compass directing us towards decisions that are in line with our values, within our control, and representative of the best version of ourselves. Our first question is it within my control? Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy on things we can influence while accepting the things we can't. If a decision is outside of your control, it's like trying to hold back the tide. Impossible and exhausting. By focusing on what we can control, we're able to act decisively and effectively. The second question to ponder is this in line with my values? Stoics believe in living according to nature, which means being true to our authentic selves. It's about making decisions that align with our core values and principles. If a choice doesn't resonate with your values, it's likely not the right one for you. Lastly, we ask ourselves, what would the best version of myself do? This question is about striving for excellence, about reaching towards our highest potential. It's about imagining the person we aspire to be and making decisions that bring us closer to becoming that person. These 3 questions, while simple, can be profoundly impactful. They allow us to cut through the noise and confusion that often cloud our decision-making process. They give us a clear, concise framework to assess our options and make swift, informed choices. In essence, the Stoic Test is a compass for decision-making, guiding us towards choices that reflect our values, that are within our control, and that move us closer to our ideal selves. By asking ourselves these questions, we can make decisions that are both quick and wise. So next time you're faced with a decision, give the Stoic Test a try. You might just be surprised at how effectively it guides you towards the right choice. Now that we understand the Stoic Test, let's explore some practical tips to strengthen our Stoic decision-making. Firstly, practice mindfulness. This is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. In essence, mindfulness is the ability to be fully present and engaged in the moment, free from distraction or judgment. It's about noticing the world around us, taking stock of our feelings and reactions, and not being ruled by them. By practicing mindfulness, we can better observe our thoughts and feelings and make decisions based on reason rather than impulse or emotion. Secondly, focus on the present. Stoics believe that the present moment is all we truly have. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. Therefore, our energy and attention should be focused on the here and now. When making decisions, consider the present circumstances and how your choices will affect the current situation. Will your decision bring you peace, satisfaction, or progress right now? If the answer is yes, it's likely a good decision. Thirdly, accept things as they are. Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we can't. We can't control the weather, the traffic, or other people's actions, but we can control how we react to these things. Once we accept this, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. So when faced with a decision, focus on the aspects you can control. Don't fret about the variables beyond your reach. Finally, remember to practice patience. Stoicism is a philosophy of long-term satisfaction over short-term gratification. Instant decisions don't always yield instant results. Sometimes the benefits of a decision reveal themselves over time. Patience allows us to wait for these benefits to materialize. In conclusion, the path to mastering Stoic decision-making lies in mindfulness, focusing on the present, acceptance and patience. These are not just strategies for decision-making, but also for leading a more peaceful and fulfilling life. By practicing these tips, we can become more comfortable with making decisions quickly and confidently. So, what's the real power of Stoic decision-making in a world where choices abound and decisions are constant? The power of Stoic decision-making shines through in its simplicity and effectiveness. Through the lens of Stoicism, we gain the ability to make solid, well-thought-out decisions. And this, my friends, is where the magic happens. Stoic decision-making offers us the gift of increased confidence. When we approach decisions from a place of reason and logic rather than emotion, we feel more secure in the choices we make. Instead of second-guessing ourselves or falling prey to the paralysis of analysis, we stride forward with certainty, secure in the knowledge that we've made the best decision possible with the information at hand. Moreover, Stoic decision-making helps to reduce anxiety. The Stoic approach requires us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what isn't. In doing so, we eliminate the unnecessary worry and stress that often accompanies decision-making. We no longer fret over the uncontrollable variables, but instead concentrate our energy on the factors we can influence. And let's not forget about the improved mental clarity that comes with Stoic decision-making. The practice of Stoicism encourages us to strip away the excess, the noise, the distractions that cloud our judgment. By focusing on what's essential, we're able to see situations more clearly, understand our options better, and make more informed decisions. But the power of Stoic decision-making isn't just about feeling more confident, less anxious, or having a clearer mind. It's about making decisions that align with our values, that resonate with who we are and who we aspire to be. It's about making choices that not only serve our immediate needs, but also contribute to our long-term growth and well-being. In essence, Stoic decision-making empowers us to make decisions that align with our values, reduce our stress, and improve our lives. So, embrace the power of Stoic decision-making. It's a tool that can truly transform the way you navigate the world. Mastering instant decision-making is not about rushing or being impulsive. It's about harnessing the power of Stoic principles to make wise choices quickly, regardless of the circumstances. Let's recap the key principles of Stoic decision-making. First, the principle of acceptance. Stoics understand that much of life is beyond our control. They accept that and instead focus on what they can control, their actions, their decisions, their responses to events. This acceptance frees them from the paralyzing grip of fear and uncertainty, allowing them to make decisions quickly and confidently. Next, the principle of objectivity. Stoics seek to see the world as it really is, not as they wish it to be. They discard illusions, biases, and false beliefs that can cloud judgment and slow decision-making. By maintaining an objective perspective, they can evaluate options swiftly and accurately and make the best decision based on the information available. Then there's the principle of detachment. Stoics don't get emotionally attached to outcomes. They understand that success or failure is often beyond their control. What matters is making the best decision possible in the moment, and then accepting the outcome, whatever it may be. This detachment allows them to make decisions without the fear of failure or the lure of success clouding their judgment. Lastly, the principle of virtue. Stoics strive to live according to their values and principles. They make decisions that are consistent with these values, which simplifies the decision-making process and speeds it up. They don't have to waver or second-guess themselves because they know what they stand for. These principles can be applied in daily life, whether you're deciding what to have for breakfast, how to respond to a difficult situation at work. They provide a framework for decision-making that is swift, confident, and aligned with your values. By embracing Stoicism, we can master the art of instant decision-making and lead a more fulfilling and serene life.